So a certain Aquaman starlet has decided to go after me in the courtroom. That's right. You can see my name right across there, hopefully making it very, very clear who's been targeting my Twitter account. Specific videos that talked about the happenings in Australia, breaking news, and so much more. And of course, the things said about comics, jobs, little ones, and on. Now this, it is a desperate move too, because that certain Aquaman starlet could lose her case right here and now. That's what this decision is about. It's about summary judgment, aka giving JD a win, flushing away a $100 million claim. Yep, you and I, we are going to look at this and so much more today. Yeah, it's astounding to have a legal group point their finger at you while also allegedly being involved in doxing groups and so much more. Multiple court documents pointed at me. Wow, what a world. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And as a reminder, we have a comic book that is in crowdfunding. We could use your help right now. Link is in the description. That's how we stay sponsor free, beholden to no one like these people right here. If we put out a good product, it's enjoyable. More on that at the end of the video. Now regarding this document, I am going to be very, very generous. I'm going to set aside any 4-letter word qualifier I'm thinking of and instead call this a glorified finger-pointing expedition. See, this is a desperate attempt trying to save her $100 million case. If you're wondering why she has a $100 million case, by the way, well, JD, he asked for $50 million. She says, oh, I need double that. Listen to that here. Awarding that certain Aquaman starlet compensatory damages of not more than $100 million, twice the amount JD asserted against that certain Aquaman starlet. Yeah, sounds legit, right? Now, the document she attached my name to, oh, it is an ugly and desperate beast. And that desperation, oh, it is made manifest in many a word selection. For example, no longer does she talk about divorcing JD. Instead, she talks about escaping her marriage, and her proof for that escape, oh, it is her DVRO. I mean, never mind. All you have to do is go and ask for that thing. Say, hey, I'm in danger. They'll give you one. No, that accusation alone, that's become substantiation. Now, I love this next part. We're going to call it the Warner Brothers effect. See, in the counterclaim itself, well, notice the words that change. This is before, as early as 2016, JD admitted his intention to destroy her career, stating, for example, that he quote-unquote wanted her replaced on that WB or Warner Brothers film, referencing the blockbuster hit Aquaman. Now, as you're probably aware by now, Warner Brothers brass, oh, they blew a gasket about that. They didn't want their movie or their brand attached to it. So listen to this here. I love how this changed. JD was not satisfied simply to allow that certain Aquaman starlet to move on with her life. Instead, he continued to victimize her by repeatedly telling friends in profanity-laced messages he would destroy her, would never stop, and wanted her replaced on what? On that upcoming film. What upcoming film? Oh, we'll never know. What? Because Warner Brothers said you better not ever mention it or you're out of Hollywood. Now, along with that change, there is a huge narrative shift, and this is where I'm going to come in. See, in the original, she was saying that anyone that had a problem with her, well, they were bots controlled by Adam Waldman, and those bots, oh, they were going to carry out the wishes that she mentioned before. Listen to this here. To accomplish this task, he individually, or through his representatives and agents in Virginia, created, coordinated, controlled, and or manipulated social media accounts created specifically for the purpose of targeting that certain Aquaman starlet, computer-controlled social media accounts, and or groups of inauthentic accounts controlled by a single agent to amplify content misleadingly. Now, a judge 110% shut that down, and he should have, by the way, so you get a narrative shift. No longer is JD coordinating an army. Oh, now, listen to this. Not content to let a jury decide this case, JD used his attorney, Adam Waldman, to orchestrate a false and defamatory smear smear campaign against that certain Aquaman starlet that included, well, let's just say quite a few statements that you saw out there. Now, as part of her new narrative, JD apparently doesn't need a bot army anymore. And I think that's funny, but I also think that's disturbing too, because she was going to dox over 200 individual Twitter users to try to make that narrative a reality. Now, you mean to forget about it. That never took place at all. Yeah, not going to forget. Now, though, she says, well, they were contacting the media. They were contacting social media accounts, including yours truly and 2 other people. So instead of 200 plus freaking people, now they want to lay it on 3 of us. That's astounding, isn't it? Listen to this here. As part of the campaign to smear that certain Aquaman starlet, Mr. Waldman and JD also contacted the media to falsely call that certain Aquaman starlet a liar and a hoax artist. This not only included the mainstream media, but also social media accounts, including ThatUmbrellaGuy, that Brian fella, by the way, that is incredibly average if you look on YouTube, and the real Laura B, which regularly attack that certain Aquaman starlet. Now, this next part, by the way, I take this as a call to arms to go after all 3 of us. Mr. Waldman also regularly tweeted about the facts of this case. At least she admits they're facts, by the way. The counterclaim and that certain Aquaman starlet until his Twitter account was revoked for life for his conduct. So, you're telling me he was shut down for tweeting facts about this case? Yeah, like I said, I take that as a threat here. Now, something that I find absolutely hilarious about this is that in the past, that certain Aquaman starlet has said, I don't know anything about this case at all. You know, everything that I promote, it's falsehood. I don't have any sources at all. Well, now, apparently that's done an about face. Now I have the best sources. I have Mr. Waldman and JD. I mean, that says that I'm credible, right? Now that goes to everything that I've been saying about these folks trying to take down my social media accounts. They hit Adam Waldman. He was the first on their list. Well, look who's next on their list at top. ThatUmbrellaGuy. They've gone after my Twitter. They've hit my YouTube repeatedly. People have been threatening my comic book that I'm trying to crowdfund now. Yeah, and anybody can contact me, by the way. I'm not going to say who my sources are, but anyone can contact me. But you know what? My voice is not for sale. Speaking of that, we have our 3rd comic book in crowdfunding now. Link is in the description, and we could desperately use your help. This is how we maintain sponsor-free living. We are beholden to no one. Plus those companies that put out bad products, they denigrate you like Warner or Disney. Yeah, we have something new, so you can walk away from that, and you can walk toward this. This will be fun, too, and thank you for checking it out. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here, too. And I'm going to end that saying thank you again. See you soon.